We're going to talk to a former Yankee, great catcher, Jorge Posada. Jorge, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me. Enjoying this beautiful weather because the game is not too pretty.
No, well, we mentioned the 3 errors, and right away in the first inning, it looked like the youngster Turley was a little nervous when he started.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
Is there anything a catcher could do in that situation to try and settle him down?
Make him laugh. Make him laugh. You know, make him feel right at home. Make him laugh. The game's still the same.
Speaking of feeling at home, how do you feel this spring coming in as a special instructor?
A little weird at the beginning, you know, working with the catches a little bit, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being here and seeing the talent that we have, and a lot of future, you know, when it comes down to being behind the plate. A lot of good catchers down there.
Well, Jorge, let's talk about those catchers. Obviously, this spring training, a big topic of discussion. You know, Chris Stewart catching right now, Cervelli, and then a couple of youngsters in camp. Give us your opinion of how this race is going to play out.
Yeah, I think you know, it's going to come down to how the pitchers like to throw to, you know, certain guys, and you know, right now it looks like you know, Cervi's catching very well, Stewie's catching very well, so it just, you know, tough decision for Joe later on.
How about some of the young kids? Austin Romine, what have you seen from him? Sanchez, we hear a lot about him, kind of lower down in the minor leagues, but a top prospect.
Yeah, Sanchez got a lot of talent, 20 years old, a lot of power at the plate, very good arm, working a little bit more on his defense, but he looks very good, needs to work a little bit. I'm on him about that. I want him to, you know, take it serious and, you know, a little bit more discipline on, you know, coming to camp in better shape.
New pitcher in the game for the Yankees is Tom Conley, and the Yankees have also made a change in left field. It's Ramon Flores. As well, Jorge, it says this kid's throwing 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Do you get the impression when you're sitting on the side of how hard a guy's actually throwing?
Yeah, you can tell 95 is completely different than some of the guys throwing 90. It's a big difference here.
Now that you've been away from the game for a while, of course, Yankee fans, you'll always be revered in Yankee history by the fans. How's life going away from the ballpark for you?
Going well. You know, enjoying the kids, enjoying being the taxi driver, taking them here and there, and having a little time to, you know, to spend with the kids and with the family.
Yeah, eventually the kids grow up and they go off and drive on their own, and that's another set of problems, I think.
Yeah, I'll still be following them around.
Well, Jorge, you were telling me today that little Jorge has a game tomorrow that you want to check out. Yeah. So you're going to travel home tonight back to Miami. Now, I want to know, are you the type of baseball dad who yells and screams from the stands, or are you the guy who keeps quiet?
Not at all. I'm quiet. I'm sitting down. Minding my own business. I will talk to Jorge. I will, you know, try to position him. He plays left field or right field, so I try to position him a little bit. He looks at me, and I move him around a little bit. But the other kids during practice, I'll try to help out if I see anything, you know. But they're 13, so just go out there and have fun right now.
But your dad was the one who introduced you to the game. Was he that way too, kind of low key?
No, he was a little bit more. He was a little bit more intense. Very hands on. You know, and he knew a lot more than I know now about the games. You know, being a scout and what it takes to being a prospect or a big league player.
Nice running catch by the center fielder Heathcott there for out number 1. Now, you saw Mariano Rivera throw a bullpen. What did you think the other day?
He looked like, you know, the old Mo. You know, he looks good. He did a lot of PFP this morning, and he looks good, covering the bag. No problems running. He doesn't look like he had a tough injury.
Now, let me ask you this: all the years that you caught, was there a pitcher that you would say was kind of easier to catch as the runner takes off, and that's kind of a wild throw? Looked like Stewart just had the ball sail out of his hand. It's going to be a stolen base.
Well, I can laugh up here because I've been there, done that. What do you think, Jorge? Just didn't have a grip.
Yeah, no grip at all. He tried to rush it and sailed. Good job by Robbie by dicking him.
Yeah, we're taking a look now. A pitch that was down and in on the left-handed batter, and Chris did not have a grip on it. Ends up in right center field.
Well, it's going to go as a stolen base. Lou Ford at second, didn't get a chance to advance. I had asked you the easiest pitcher to catch, if there is such a thing.
Yeah, Mariano is up there. You know, talking about Jimmy Key and talking about Andy. But Mariano's up there. You know, when in doubt, he's going to put the ball wherever he wants, and very good control. You know, his cutter, calling the cutter, makes your job a lot easier.
You know, Jorge, we were talking a little bit in the dugout about Derek and his comeback from this ankle surgery. And, you know, a lot of fans might not remember you went through a pretty devastating injury in the minor leagues with your ankle. Maybe not the easiest thing to come back from mentally.
Yeah, the thing about Derek, it was just bone, just broke his bone. My problem was I dislocated all the tendons in the ankle. Ooh. So it took me a whole year to get back into things. What Derek is doing right now, I couldn't do at 4 or 5 months, you know.
Was that right after you had been switched from infield to catching?
No, that was in '94. I was in AAA already. You know, and it really took me, I would say, a whole year to get back into feeling well again and driving the ball and feeling comfortable on that ankle.
But, you know, it was interesting, Kenny. Jorge was talking that mentally you kind of had to get past that hurdle that when you ran, you trusted that it wasn't going to hurt anymore. And it's probably the last step for Derek, huh?
Yeah, you know, that pop after, you know, that you feel and then you're like, oh, it's okay, you know, nothing broke or nothing. You can trust that feeling again. And, you know, I think he needs to go through that right now.